Hello, if you don't already know me, my name is Rayhan. I'm in my second year studying the IB. Subjects that I take is high level maths, physics, and chemistry, and standard I take economics, English lit, and then Japanese ab initio. So essentially in year 12, I got predicted 44 points out of 45, which is pretty good. In this video, I'm just going to tell you like what I did to actually achieve it. Now, the first thing I think you need like a reason. I don't think a goal is enough because anyone can say that I want 45 points. Literally everyone can say that, but not everyone can actually do it. And I think one of the reasons is lots of people don't have reasons or like good enough reasons for them to actually work that hard because people just want it because like it's good, but if you have a deeper reason, which I'll go into mine in a second, then it'll actually like incentivize you a lot more to actually work. So a bit about me. My story was I didn't know what I wanted to study throughout most of year 12 because I was kind of good at everything and I enjoyed a lot of things. Like I enjoyed chemistry, I enjoyed physics, I enjoyed maths, economics. So I was just really unsure of what to do. And then around 6 weeks before my year 12 mocks, which were like in April, I don't know when, so this might have been like February or something. I was kind of like, I don't know, I had this kind of switch in my head. I was like, okay, I need to kind of get a bit more serious about this. So then I just started researching uni courses because everyone kind of knew what they wanted to do, but I actually had no idea because I did some research and I eliminated it just to maths and engineering because these two I kind of like the most. And then I just weighed them up against each other and I just felt like engineering I'd enjoy much more because of what it actually provides. So then I had to go into looking at unis and courses and I looked around and then I was like, if I'm gonna aim, why not aim for the top? So the top universities are like Cambridge, Imperial, like Oxford, that kind of stuff. But you can only apply to one of like Oxford or Cambridge. So I don't actually have a valid reason, but I just picked Cambridge because yeah, I just picked that one. So I looked at the entry requirements for like the points, and it's quite high. It's like 42 points, and you need like 776 or like 777 at higher level, which is quite high. At this point in the year, in February, I wasn't actually at this level yet. I was a bit below. I was on like 38 maybe. So then I kind of flicked a switch in me because it was 6 weeks before my mocks. And then I didn't even know that Cambridge was early entry until like 4 weeks before. Because I don't know how I didn't know this. I was just really oblivious at the time. Like I wasn't really paying attention to anything. So then yeah, I just asked my form tutor and she was like, yeah, Cambridge is early entry. And I was like, what? I didn't know this. So then I realized I had to like work really hard for my mocks to actually like, because they would be the grades that I get predicted that goes to the UCAS so I can apply to university. So yeah, about 4 weeks before, what I did, because now I had my reason, I wanted to go to Cambridge to study engineering. So now that I had this reason in my mind, every day I'll just go back and I'll think about that. So then it would kind of like motivation, but I don't believe in solely relying on motivation to actually to get things done. But it's kind of what worked for me because it was like motivation every single day. Like even if I don't want to study, I have this bigger goal in my mind. So then I just work towards that instead. Now the way I did this, the way like actually what I did each day is what I did. I blocked out 2 hours, which 2 hours doesn't sound like a lot for the amount of like grade I got because I only revised 2 hours a day, and this was like maximum. I didn't most days I didn't even hit this goal of 2 hours, but I blocked out 8 till 10, which was quite late, I know, but I used to go to the gym and I'd like get home late, so then I'd get home, eat and shower, and by that time it's like already 8 o'clock. So then 8 to 10 I'll dedicate just to revising, and then I didn't really have a timetable. I'd kind of revise what I felt weakest at, but I'd recommend you make a timetable. Like if you're not as sure to where you are, but I kind of knew what I had to work on, so I didn't really need the timetable. And you might be like, oh, how can you just dedicate 2 hours to revision? You have other things like you have homeworks as well. So what I did is I actually did my homeworks in my lunch breaks. So I was actually working more than 2 hours like for revision, but if I in my breaks and lunches I literally just did all the homeworks because they weren't really that relevant to me. I didn't really see them as that important. Like they were obviously important, but they were like I was doing homework on content that wouldn't be in my mocks. So to me, I didn't really deem them as much that important. So I just rushed through them and do them kind of sloppily. But like this is just kind of what worked for me because I knew that content wasn't coming in the mocks, so it wasn't important to me at the time. And then now afterwards I'd cover it properly. But at the time, I just focused on just the content that was in the mocks. So I dedicated 2 hours each evening just to block out that time. And it might not seem like a lot, but most days I didn't even hit it. Like sometimes I'd like overrun, I'd do something else, and it'll be 9. I'll just do 9 to 10, or even like 9:30 to 10. But having this goal of like 2 hours and just turning up every single day for however long you can with that goal of 2 hours, it really helped me get get to the grades that I got. And you might be wondering what I did in these 2 hours, but there's just one thing I did. I literally just did exam questions, like physics questions, maths questions, and chemistry questions. That's literally all I did, and then I just mark them, and I'd learn what I didn't know, and I'd just spam questions like crazy, and then this is how I got like 777 in my highest, because that's what I got. And this mainly works for like sciencey subjects, 'cause that's what I do. So if you do science subjects, just spam questions, and you'll literally get everything. Because if you do the IB like me, just go to IB Docs. It's like, I don't know what the link is. It's like IB Docs. Just search it up. It comes, and it comes up with every single past paper that's ever come up. So I just grinded through those for like chemistry. I didn't do maths for them. I had physics for them, the multiple choice, and then I went through all of them, and that just helped me so much because I just knew everything that had to be tested. So anything they asked me, I would just know. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. That's how you just get as many marks as you can. Yeah, and that's essentially all I did to just get 44 predicted. I had my goal, had my reason and why I wanted it. I made it important to me, and every day I just turned up. And the key is here, you need to be consistent. I feel like consistency is the most important thing, because if you're not turning up, if you're turning up like every other day, you're missing out on 50% of your revision time. So I feel like just doing it often is better than like sitting down in one go and just revising bears, because you won't get as much done, because your performance it kind of decreases as you go. Like let's say you have a time and like performance graph, it just goes down. So like if you do less each day, it's actually better for you, even though you're revising less time overall than just like revising 6 hours on a Sunday before your exam. You won't get as much done. So I hope you found this video useful on how I got 44 points, and I believe you can do the same. If you set your goal high and you're committed to it, there's nothing stopping you from achieving it. And that's all I have to say today, and take care, bro.